Guys, it is December 27, 2021. This one here, I got a call from the guy. He's got a problem with his boiler, and doesn't seem to be getting heat on the first and second floor, but the boiler's really hot. Some shots when I get there, see what's going on with this boiler. I did check the feeder. Well, unless it's off. Feeder was off. Yeah, your feeder was off. This was off right here. You ever filling now?
I've never touched that. How was it working most of this winter?
Probably running steam on it. Probably gonna need a purge. This was off right here, so it's probably got a bad expansion tank. And it's probably blowing the relief valve, so somebody shut it off. Was it blowing the relief valve before?
We bought this house 6 years ago. It's never done anything.
Well, let's see if it circulates now. Might be a bad tank. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? Where's the relief valve on this thing? Right here. Let's put a bucket under it for now, so we don't blow it. Right? And then we'll heat it up and see if these circulators are working. I could feel it. I could feel that one working.
Yeah, I can feel them both. Well, the bottom one's not on right now.
Well, what we'll do is we'll purge the air out. I'll get my hose on it.
Yeah, I put this on there just because.
Was it leaking?
Yeah, it was dripping out of there. And the valve's all the way closed. Every single one in this house, you turn that valve, they don't stop leaking.
Well, I can put a cap on it. I can put a hose cap on it. Let me get my hose and let's try purging it. I bet you that's what your problem is. And then we'll see if the tank, if the relief valve's bad.
Yeah,
okay?
It was getting hot, like it wasn't going anywhere.
Well, yeah, because it's not. You didn't have no water in it.
So how was it leaking all this time?
Well, it's probably had enough water in there, you know, barely to get up there and struggling. So that's why, you know what I'm saying?
That's why the heat only gets from 69. It only gets up to 69, then it kicks down to 67, and then it goes back to 69.
So let me purge it. Let me purge all the zones, get all the air out. Then we'll heat it, and it's probably gonna, if that tank's bad, it's gonna build pressure and blow the relief valve because there's air upstairs right now. Yep. So that's why the relief valve. So let's purge it. Very common. Once I get all the air out, now it starts building pressure because the tank's bad and blowing the relief. Okay. So let's do that first and get the heat going, right? And I don't know why it was off. Somebody shut the thing off. I mean, it's not supposed to be like that.
I've never touched that.
Let's do one step at a time here, okay? All right, so I got it off here, and I got it off here, and we're going into the sink. See if there's any air in it.
It was whistling too.
Well, when I came here, that valve was off.
Yeah. Hey, the water smelled so bad coming out of there. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. I'm getting a little decent flow there. You know, all it takes is a little bit. I mean, all it takes is a little bit to really give you a screwing, you know, not have enough water to go up there.
Even the furnace doesn't even sound like it's on because it's barely making any noise. It's usually loud over there.
Well, let's give it a minute. I mean, might be off on high limit.
Oh yeah, I can smell the water now.
Well, I'm telling you, that shut off. That thing was off.
That's retarded. I wonder who did that.
Huh? And you said you never played with it, right?
No, never touched anything. Oh, you know what?
Was the relief valve blowing at one time and you shut it off?
No. Is that in the way of this water heat tank?
No. There goes your boiler.
Because this was just replaced a couple years back. I wonder if the guy shut that off.
I don't think so.
Disconnected it.
I don't think so. Probably a bad relief valve most of the time. One step at a time here, guy. Yeah, so this guy, I tell him, I says, I know what your problem is. It's probably an expansion tank and a relief valve. Yep. But I don't like to give it an estimate on that and then the feed is bad. or you know, you need high vents or something like that. I don't know until I get into it, right?
Yeah.
He's arguing with me. I told him call someone else. Let me get a cap for that. Well, don't ruin anything.
Yeah,
Flipping camel slapper, they're the worst. Yeah.
My neighbor. Oh, call this guy. He comes to my house.
Who's that?
My neighbor across the street.
Call you? Call me?
No. Freaking Burke Plumbing.
Oh, he's from down the Cape, I think, isn't he?
I don't know, but they go to his house. He's like, oh yeah, he serviced my heater and then he left. The next day I had no heat. He had to come back. I'm like, yeah, I'm not calling him, you know? I'll do my research.
And where'd you get my number?
Looking up all the plumbers.
Oh, okay, in this area.
I like the responses to, you know, those asshole people that like to leave bad reviews.
Oh yeah, you get these people. They want an estimate.
I've seen your things on YouTube.
They want to give me a free estimate, and then I tell them I'm too busy. They give me a bad review. I wouldn't give them an estimate.
Yeah, a lot of people like that.
Fucking crazy. Yeah, give me a bad review all the time. They call me for a free estimate. I ain't got time to run around for free. I mean, I'm so busy,
yep.
Right? I need to work for free.
I actually had a friend that does plumbing and heating.
Them are like all my reviews are people I tell them I ain't gonna give them a free estimate.
Yep.
Yeah, I should just tell them it's you know, so much for an estimate, and then they leave me alone.
Yeah, I got a friend that does plumbing and heating, but he's blown me off in the past so many times that I don't even call him for nothing.
Really, huh?
Yeah. I had like 12 grand saved up to get a whole new heating system. And he blew me off so many times I ended up spending the money on something else. So he called me like about 8 months later. Oh, you still need to come by? Nope, I'm all set, dude. Something made it up, but
Yeah, at least we know the feeder's working.
You know what's stupid about these baseboards too? They don't even have a leader on any.
What?
You know, like the old cat.
Well, no, because I'm purging it. I'm purging it right out. I mean, we're getting a good purge. It's probably just the feeder was stuck.
That's what I read up something that there's a valve that can get stuck.
Yeah, the feeder.
Open.
Yeah, the feeder. But your main valve feeding the feeder was off, right?
Yeah.
So let's get it up and running and see what happens here. Fucking guy, you tell him to do the thing, time and material, and he's fucking arguing with me. Oh, we need price. All right. All right, now she should start coming back. Let's give it a minute. We'll see what the story is with the pressure.
About this whole system. I shut off.
Be able to fill the pipe right here. We'll see what our pressure is. You got both thermostats turned up?
Just one.
Turn them both up, yeah. Whatever, that circulator. No, that's circulating. That first floor's circulating. That one's circulating.
That's first floor turned on also. Well, basement.
It's starting to really come. Put your hand on there now. And I know that's running because I could feel the circulator.
Yeah, this one's.
Give this one a minute. This one's starting to come back warm now. So the problem was your supply was off, and your feeder wasn't feeding, and it only takes a little bit of air to be in there to stop it from circulating. It's what they call airbound. Don't take much.
So all these years, and this thing still work like that?
Work gravity, like, you know, just enough. I think my gauge is chooched. That don't seem to be working. As long as the relief valve don't blow, feel it now.
Yeah, it was hot like that before. Both of them.
But like I said, it might have been back feeding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's give it a minute. He even got the. That's what I bought the thing to listen to see if the circulators are working. Is that what you use it for?
No, my wife bought that for the kids.
Oh yeah, she's gonna work now, guy. Now the only other thing is I'm concerned about is if this tank is bad, it's gonna start building pressure and blow the relief. Which we're at what, 20? We're good there at 20. As long as it don't get to 30, we're good.
Yeah, I've never seen it go any past that. I was looking at that.
This is hot though, huh?
Yeah. I've never noticed it getting that hot before.
Well, you never noticed it because you weren't down here fucking around with the heat, looking. You know what I mean?
Yep.
She's starting to come back nice now, though.
But it's weird because yesterday I shut it off.
This one, not yet. This one.
I shut it off. I left it off for a little while. I turned it back on. We got heat last night, and then it did.
A little crusty. Not crazy, but.
You know, the funny thing is, I'll tell my wife too. I said, I don't even know when the last time this thing's been cleaned. I'm like, we gotta have it cleaned before we turn it on this year.
Yeah, and this, you know, this is a generator. This is a power generator. This is not a. That might be what the issue is. The generator might not be working right. Oh yeah, bad reviews. I get some of them bad reviews. Usually, if somebody calls me for a price, right? And I tell them I can't, I'm too busy or something. Next thing I know, they're giving me a bad review. That's more like most of my bad reviews.
They don't like to hear what you want to say.
They don't want to hear it, you know? I ain't got time to fucking go stroke your fucking chicken, you know? Too busy working. I don't want a free estimate. I ain't got time to run around for free.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking crazy people. Oh, I'll never call them again. I hope not. Yeah, just clean them a little bit. Makes a big difference, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to respond to them. I mean, what can you say? Right?
There ain't much you can say.
Whoa, she's really fucking cranking now. Wow. Feel that.
Yeah.
That's the return coming back. Yeah, we're still at 20. I think your tank's still good. So you got lucky. I think you got lucky.
So what would happen?
This thing's really got a. This thing's got a really, you know, quite a bit of roll out here. That's why it's getting hot.
Yeah. Oh, look how much shit they jammed in this one little tiny room, you know?
Yeah, so we're about 10 pounds on the water feeder, which is good. I don't know how accurate this thing is, but.
What's that, on the first floor?
No, this is through the whole house. We've got about 12 pounds there. This is a 180. Yeah, so we're about. So I turned water onto boiler, which was off. Pressure zones, 2 caps, and we did a purge on it, and then we cleaned the burners. We purged all the zones, and she's definitely coming back nice and hot, right? You feel it, and pressure's not building. I'm staying about 20. I think your tank's still good, so let's let that ride. Put this here just in case the relief valve blows. And
that blows, I just shut it off.
Whoa, she's hot. No, if that starts blowing, you'll be okay. It'll relieve the water and then it'll stop.
Okay.
Just call me and we'll have to. The tank's still good, but I don't know how much longer.
Yeah.
So if the relief valve goes, it's the tank that's bad. But right now it's fine. Okay.
Yep.
Just burn him.
Fucking thing's been off all these years.
Yeah, so it was off. I did tighten the packet nut up. It's not, nothing's leaking.
You know what? I want to say that's been off since the guy put in this freaking.
Yeah, maybe he shut it off on accident.
Shut it off to pull this off to unscrew this, which I don't know why you would shut it off because that wouldn't do.
It's been a few years.
This was put in 2 years ago.
It's a leak cam. Working now. Definitely working now. Water was off to the boiler. Go figure. Like I just left that job. That's why you know everybody wants a price before you do a job. You don't know what you're going to run into, and that was an easy one. I just turned the water back onto the boiler, purged the zones, put a couple of caps on there. It's good to go. I mean, they want a price, or you got to figure the relief valve or the expansion tank. You don't know once you purge the zones, you stop blowing the relief valve. The feeder might be bad. I mean, that's why I try to do all these jobs time and material on these little repairs like this. Because I've had them where I got to start changing all kinds of things. Other times you just do one thing and it's good. So, you know, unless you got a crystal ball, which nobody does, they say they do, they're full of shit. I've been doing this my whole life, and yeah, I mean, you never know. Some are easy, some aren't. So that's why I always do a time and material. You talk to some guys, oh, I want a price. I mean, well, you don't even know what the flipping problem is. You fix one thing, something else is a problem, something else goes cattywampus, that's got to be changed. So it's hard to give a price on this stuff. People just don't get it. Just don't get it. Oh, Miss Molly, they just don't get it. You're looking very stylish today, Miss Molly. Oh yeah, I like that little outfit you got on. Yeah, you're looking very stylish, Miss Molly. Yeah, you're looking very stylish there, Miss Molly. Yeah, be careful when you start giving prices on these repairs. You're biting in the ass. You're eating the shit sandwich, as I would say. Not my first rodeo. Oh man, it's not my first rodeo, Miss Molly. No, it's not my first rodeo, Miss Molly.